welcome back to the Sing Zone podcast. My name is Zone FanFic. Welcome back to the Sing Zone podcast. We are back finally. Yeah, I can't tell you how grateful I am for those of you guys that have stuck by so far. I'm just like I've been so busy. I've been busy with work, school, you name it. Moved. It's been quite a ride for 2024. I don't even know what to say. We've got something special for you guys today. Again, we won't have Breezy or Sai with us today. So we're gonna try to. It's basically just gonna be just us, but that's gonna be cool. We did a bit of a watch party today in the Sing Zone server on Discord, and we also do watch parties on Twitch and stuff as well. So if you guys like that type of stuff, make sure to tune in, hit the noti bell, subscribe, yada yada. Right. This is gonna be our holiday special, right? So I'm gonna try to knock down as much as I can for you guys, and then we'll see what we have going by the end of this. But yeah, we've got a lot of news to just cover. There's just so much that's happened. It's crazy, right? I genuinely don't know what to how to express my gratitude for those of you guys that have subscribed, not just the Sing Zone channel, but also the Zone FanFic channel and the Zone Voyager channel. There's gonna be lots of content coming. I'm excited because 2025 is gonna be a great year for not only the Sing Zone podcast, but all the other channels as well. And if you're not already if you haven't joined the Patreon, make sure to, of course, join the Patreon. Follow us on all social media platforms, and yeah, man, it's gonna be a great ride. I've just been enjoying so many different types of animes of anime. So much anime. There's been Bleach that's basically going to be having a seasonal special close for next week. I believe it's going to be on the 28th. So that's going to be exciting. It's going to be a watch party here for that. I've also been watching Tower of God. I've been staying up to date with Tower of God, and there's a theory video coming really soon for the Zone FanFic channel. We actually did drop a video on that channel as well. So if you haven't checked that out, make sure to either check the description down below for the link to that video, or just go to the Zone FanFic channel, check that out. Let me know your thoughts on that, because that's going to be sort of like a direction we're trying to swing things, but also it's just going to be interesting just to see like your personal takes on the video. And that helps me build better content. But I do have further plans for that. If you guys aren't already in the know, you were working with a team of creative people, and yeah, I'm excited. I'm genuinely excited because this is going to be a spectacle to see, basically. Yeah. I guess we'll get started. As far as we have anime news to cover today, we've got movie series to cover today. Movie and series rather, and then we also have news and just updates, games, etc. We're going to talk about it all today here on the Sing Zone podcast. So if you're joining us, welcome, subscribe, and yeah, welcome. All right, yeah. So for anime news, I guess we'll start off with anime news. We've got Lord of the Rings, The War of, and I'm going to mispronounce this, but if you guys know the correct spelling, make sure to inform me, let me know. I know some of you guys will. The War of Rahim. Rahim, something like that. I'll drop it down below so you guys know. I'll drop timestamps as well so you guys can double back on that. Yeah, I'm excited. I saw some visuals for that. in terms of like just some drawings, which we're not going to cover today, but I dropped them in the Discord. So if you're curious, know more about the Lord of the Rings, War of Rohirrim, we're going to call it that. Yeah, make sure to join the Discord. Check it out there, and yeah, I'm excited because I don't remember when the last time we've got any sort of Lord of the Rings animated projects. And at the moment, I'm not sure. It's currently rumored, but I'm not sure if there's any other solidified news to back up that that news. But as soon as it does release, we'll make sure to let you guys know here on the Sing Zone podcast. Yeah. Next up, we have my favorite genre series, my favorite series. We've got Mobile Suit Gundam ALC Encounter. I don't know exactly what that means, but I'm all for some Mobile Suit Gundam. You guys know we watched the Witch of Mercury, which wasn't bad. I believe it's on its third series now. It's on its third season now, or at least will be. But we're fully caught up on that. And any further news? Because I don't think it quite ended. So any news we hear from either one of those series, we'll let you guys know, and go from there. Yeah, super excited for that one. Next up, we have Kaiju number 8. Kaiju number 8 season 2 premieres March 28th, 2025. Yo, that already sounds like great news because season 1 was just phenomenal for me, and I'm still catching up. I sort of stopped, take a pause for the video and for schools, etc. work, just to sort of focus on personal things, but definitely got to catch up to the Kaiju number 8 series, manga at least. But yeah, season 1 was phenomenal for me. I liked how they spread out each 12 to 13 episodes. I think they did a very good job. I think A+ for me. A+ for me. And any visuals that come out for that, I don't think there has been a trailer for that. Let me confirm confirm really quickly that there hasn't been. All right. Kaiju number 8, season 2. Okay, so I'm seeing something, and this is about 5 minutes ago. I think I've seen this trailer already. So yeah, if you guys want to see our official reaction to that, make sure to subscribe to the Patreon. Also, join the Patreon. Follow us on Twitch, and yeah, check it out there. Season 2 looks great. Next up, we have Castlevania. My favorite. I played some of the games when I was younger, and Castlevania Nocturnal. They're just doing a phenomenal job. I think it's a different studio than the first Castlevania on Netflix series on Netflix, but the Nocturnal series is not bad at all. Like, the animation is amazing, the choreography is amazing. Everything about it is solid. As a Castlevania fan, I'm in love. And the season 2 trailer. I don't think the season 2 trailer dropped yet, but just for the sake of it, we're gonna go ahead and just look into whether the season trailer 2 dropped. Yeah, it did. So hey, you know what we're gonna do, guys? We're gonna check it out here on the Sing Zone podcast because that's what we do. See if we can get to it. All right. You guys see? You see? There we go. Oh.
We lost completely.
So if you guys don't remember, at the end of season 1, spoiler alert, for about 10 to 20 seconds, Alucard showed up, which was crazy. It was crazy because like, whoa, I didn't know he was going to be in the series, which I should have known. Because he's essentially in every other series that Dracula is not in. But yeah, phenomenal. I don't know. I forget why. I don't know why right now I'm forgetting why the Belmonts are so damn strong. Oh my gosh. 10 out of 10, guys. 10 out of 10 for that one. That was amazing. How do we zoom out of this? Boom. All right, cool. Next up, we have season 3 of Jujutsu Kaisen. It's going to be set to release in 2025. There's no official release date that I'm aware of. However, there was a movie trailer that released. Let's see if I could. Hold on. Maybe that was something else. I'll confirm right now. Season 3 trailer. Yeah, there was, but it's a few months back. I think we've already seen that one. Again, subscribe to join Patreon, follow Twitch, yada yada. Right? Yeah, good news for Jujutsu Kaisen season 3. Next up we have season 3 of Vinland Saga is speculated to return early 2025. That's the projection. I don't know if there's any other official news on that yet, but we'll let you guys know as soon as that comes up. Yeah, that's exciting news. I'm excited for that one, probably the most out of this list. Yeah, I'm a big Vinland Saga fan, so if you guys don't already know, like that's my shit, man. That's how you that's the anime, man. Aside from like Tower of God, that'll probably be another video that'll be coming out early next year, 2025. We're basically already here, guys. We're basically already here. I'm gonna try to do somewhat of a special next week. Just FYI, on a Sunday since we'll be on vacation until Saturday. Yeah, just a little FYI. Yeah. Also, next up we have Sakamoto Days is also set to release on Netflix. And on all social platforms, not social platforms, but all platforms, Netflix, your anime sites, yeah, it's gonna be there. It's gonna be there. January 11th, 2025. I'm excited for that one. The animation just looked phenomenal. I think there was also a trailer associated with that one as well. So let's go ahead and look into that one. Because I don't think I've actually even reacted to that one. But we will today. We will for sure today. All right, cool. This one. I feel like Netflix is gonna get us on this one, but hey, if you guys are live, so if I were about to react to the Sakamoto Days trailer, because I have a feeling it's gonna be legit. Let's go ahead and dive into it, guys.
すべての殺し屋の憧れだった。しかし、ある日、とは太った。
Then he gained weight. He wasn't badass anymore. He wasn't badass anymore.
殺し屋には戻らない。
家訓破ったら離婚だからね。
撃ったら殺す。
矛盾してるじゃないですか。
いちいち殺してたらキリないね。
バカっつったかこれ。
援護を頼んだぞブラザー。
Ah.
てか戦友ってやつか。このウェブにかけられた懸賞金は10億円。
That's a big bounty. I think that's a bigger bounty than Luffy.
家族も守れねえ。ただのデブだよ。ここからは本気で行かせていた。守る本がある方が人間必死に戦うんだよ。やあ、坂本君。こいつは皆殺し。大切な人を守るために使うと決めたんだ。それは今の俺の強さ。
Yeah, it looks legit. I don't know which studio is animating that. I couldn't tell you right now, but when I do find out, I'll either post it on the YouTube, the comments, let you guys know. Put it in the comment section. I'll let you guys know. But yeah, I think we're speeding through this fairly quickly. July 4th. What happens July 4th? One second, guys. 1 second. 1 second, guys. 1 second. Just a second. There was some news. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what it was. So very important update. Yeah. So South Park creators, co-creator Trey Parker and Matt Stone are teaming up with Kendrick Lamar and Dave Free on a new live-action comedy that will hit theaters. It's going to hit the theaters, guys. So it's basically going to hit theaters on July 4th, on the nation's birthday. So I think that's something to look forward to. It's going to be a South Park special or movie. It sounds like it's going to be a movie because it's going to hit the theaters. I don't see why a series would hit the theater, but the film will be slated to open July 4th and will be distributed by Paramount Pictures. So yeah, whenever some visuals come out for that, which I don't know if it's I don't know how he would put them unless they encapsulate, because he essentially has all of 2024 to just capitalize on what happened in 2024. And then he can basically just go back from there. But 2024 is enough to make an entire movie franchise, essentially. Like it is diabolical for sure. Yeah, I think that rolls us into the movies and series categories. So yeah, we'll start off with Daredevil, Born Again. Yeah, I'm excited for that. I'm so excited for Daredevil Born Again. Oh my gosh. March 2025 is when it's slated to release. I will let you guys know. I know we've been talking about that one for a while, but we got an official month now for 2025. And I think there was a bit of a holdup on that one. It was late a year. But it looks like, yeah, it's coming fairly quickly. There's no news saying that it's not going to release in March. So that's good news. That's positive news. Also have 28 years later, which is a sequel. 28 days later, still starring Cillian Murphy. If you guys have all ever watched like the Peaky Blinders or Oppenheimer, phenomenal actor, especially in like Oppenheimer, where you could see like he's co-acting with Robert Downey Jr., which is another one of my favorite actors. But yeah, it's 28 years later, which is a zombie movie I think we're finding a theme here with 2025, and we'll announce that next week when we come back with the Sing Zone podcast because we are here. We're gonna be here every week. I think after next week, we're gonna take a 2-week break, then we'll come right back, and then we're gonna be more consistent, guys. I really appreciate you guys for just staying here, staying tuned. And yeah, again, I'm still moving in technically. So yeah, it's gonna be a little bit of a slow jog for me, and just to sort of get on pace. And it's holiday season, me on vacation. It's just gonna help me get in the group to provide those fantastic videos for you guys. Because I just appreciate you guys. I know we only have 196 subscribers on this channel, but nonetheless, like we appreciate each and every one of you guys. And that goes for each of the channels. All of you guys are appreciated. So if you're tuning in from other channels, if you're new to the channel, just know that you're appreciated. Leave a like, whatever. Comment. Let me know your thoughts. That really helps. That really helps me provide you guys great content. Right now we're in the phase where we're trying to branch out and we're trying to like really expand horizons. But again, that's been sort of a journey just to sort of get to that point. And you get your trial and error every now and then. But yeah, let's go ahead and continue. Yeah, excited for 28 years later. I think there's an official trailer for that one as well. So we might as well go ahead and react to that one because I don't think I fully reacted to that one. I think may have seen like a snippet or something. But I'm a big fan of the 28 days later, and this one just I think it's if I'm not mistaken, and I'm just gonna look down here for a second. No, maybe I'm incorrect. But hey, I think we're seeing a theme here, guys. We're seeing a theme here. It's going to be a fantastic year. If you guys don't already have your katanas, get your katanas. Nah, I probably shouldn't have said that. I was going to say something I probably shouldn't have said. All right. The Teletubbies? What?
Auntie, what's going on? Jimmy, sit still, keep quiet, and do not move from this spot.
Oh my gosh.
7, 6, 11, 5, 9, and 20 miles today. 4, 11.
This looks phenomenal.
1732 the day before. Boot, 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 boot. Moving up and down.
Roles in the community council. So they're having roles. It's essentially like it feels like a small niche community in The Walking Dead. We're gonna do a little bit of a trailer breakdown here too. Just a minute, it's a little bit of one. Seamster. So we have someone that sews. Watchtower. You have someone that watches, and counselor. I don't think is that how you spell counselor. Okay.
There's no discharge in the war. Don't.
It said, "Behold, what? Behold, Jimmy, he is coming with the clouds." And there's another word in there too. It's like hidden or scratched out or faded. This is giving me A24 vibes. I don't know who. Behold, Jimmy, he is coming with the clouds, Jimmy. Or maybe Jimmy wrote that, and then this is someone that wrote, "Behold, he is coming with the clouds." Interesting.
Don't look at what's in front of you. Boot,
We're getting Walking Dead vibes, guys.
boot.
Yo, Walking Dead has been putting on the zombie. It went through the on, just to get to where it's at now, just to be shown up by 28 years later. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Moving up and down again. Men go mad with watching him. There's no discharge.
It sounds very culty too. It sounds very culty. They're somewhere in Europe. Oh, it's dead bodies. I probably shouldn't show that. Alice Garland, yeah. All right, yeah. So I was a little correct. Oh, because he was saying that I think Civil War was like his is going to be like his last movie with A24. I think this may be another. He may be directing with someone else.
Drop, they will get the top of you. Boom, moving up and down again. There's no discharge in the wall.
What time period is this? Because they look like they're in some modern gear, but unless they're going over to like Europe or something. This feels very culty, guys. I'm telling you.
Seven, 6, 11, 5, 4, 17.
I don't know what that counting is, but I love it. They phenomenal job. Phenomenal job. I'm so ready for 28 years later. We're not going to officially announce it until next week again. So if he keeps hearing me say like this, it seems like a theme. It is. But we'll let you know. We'll let you guys know next week. All right, and then it's not there. No, almost there. There we go. Robert Kirkman says he's aiming to make up to 8 seasons of Invincible. Now I think we're at. Where are we at? Completion of 3? Did we make it to 4? I don't think we made it to 4 seasons yet. I don't even think did we make it to 3 seasons yet? No, I don't even think we made it to 3. So he's promising 6 more seasons of Invincible. That's insane. I don't know how he's going to do that, but I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, for sure. Duramanu set to make a release. Sorry, set to make his return to the MCU. Now, Duramanu, I don't exactly know his abilities or whatnot, but I thought it was pretty interesting just to find that out. He's basically like a interdimensional demonic entity that he's like a villain. He's like a I know he's a very powerful character. I just don't know how he's going to make a return. Like which version of him? He's not the most aesthetically pleasing character, but he is like intergalactical. So he's very strong. He's very strong. So yeah, I mean, they could. After taking the MCU in this direction, I don't know exactly what this means, but we'll have more for you guys in the future for sure. Let's see, the Batman 2, Dune 3, and the Star Wars are all set to return in 2026. So that sets Dune 3 back. Dune is at good pace. Like they're releasing a movie every other year, so they're doing very good. The Batman, hey, we can go maybe 2, 3, 4 years out of Batman, even 5 years, and then come back and it'll still get like the ratings, if not more. They cannot go wrong with the Batman series 2. Now I am itching to watch The Penguin because I haven't watched it yet. I have heard that it was very good, and that is on me to actually watch and follow up with you guys. I know some of you guys are actually watching The Penguin as well, but I gotta get my my thoughts together. Just watch the series and then give you guys my thoughts. I think that would be pretty cool. Next up, though, we have the Karate Kid. Yo, I don't know if you guys. Oh my gosh, guys, Karate Kid is like one of my all-time favorite movies of all time. It's there next to The Last Dragon, all the Jet Li movies. It's there. It's there. It's there. And the new Karate Kid. This is very interesting news, right? So the Karate Kid Legends, starring Jackie Chan, which, interesting enough, if you guys remember, he also acted as Mr. Han in the Karate Kid with Jaden Smith, which, knowing the whole Jaden situation, is like, well, you know, does that mean he's going to make some type of return? I'm highly speculative. Now I know they could do crazy things nowadays with makeup, and I don't know if Jaden Smith came back, I think that would be legit. I think that would be legit. You know, he came back as like a semi-pro master. I think that would be a really good way to correct his character in the entertainment industry, or his perception of his character as a person. I think that'd be really cool. Good thing for them to do. But I don't think that's the purpose of this conversation. It's just interesting to see Jackie Chan as Mr. Han back in the spotlight in Karate Kid, an official title movie. From 2010's Karate Kid, Jaden Smith, and Ralph Macchio, also known as Daniel LaRusso. The same Karate Kid that was in Karate Kid 1, 2, and 3, who started with the late great Naroshi Miyagi. So I don't think that's his official name. That's his like screen name. I just think it's really interesting that rest in peace to Mr. Miyagi. I think it's really interesting that Ralph Macchio, who's coming from the what's it called? Not Red Dragon series. What's it called? Ralph Macchio series. Yeah, Cobra Kai series. My bad. Yeah, I totally watched the entire series. I don't know why I'm like forgetting. Yeah, the Cobra Kai series, which it's crazy because the ending is actually, I think they ended it off very good. They ended it off on a bang, and it's not quite ended yet. Like there's still like one more season I think left. But yeah, essentially like Daniel LaRusso. I don't know if that's going to include his kids, because he has 2 kids now who are training under his and the blonde guy, I'm forgetting his names, leadership under Miyagi-Do, which we found out is a little bit more deadly than probably one of the most deadliest teams of all fictional. I don't know if it's. I'm not sure if it's based off a true story, but yeah, it's of at least fictional reality. But interesting enough, yeah, I think that it could include like some cameos. It could include a lot of things. Again, Karate Kid Legends, something to look forward to. The trailer. Let's go ahead and check out the trailer because I I don't even think I fully checked out the trailer. I was just like, I saw it and I saw some pictures and I was like, yep, that's on the list. Huge karate fan here. I actually have I took karate when I was younger. I've trained in jiu-jitsu for a few years. I trained in MMA for a little bit more. And then I did boxing as well. So yeah, I'm a huge advocate for sports, fighting sports. Oh, we're listening, but we're listening, but we're not learning. We're listening, but we're not learning. We gotta actually share the screen. You guys probably heard that.
Our traditions.
I know that's not Miyagi though, is it? Yeah, because Mr. Han wasn't Miyagi though. Mr. Han wasn't Miyagi though. We initially thought that Mr. Han was Mr. Miyagi and the Karate Kid with Jaden Smith, but we found out that wasn't true. This is an interesting turn of events.
Are rooted in history. Kung Fu. Karate. The tree grows strong.
Is that wipe on, wipe off? As wax on, wax off? That's Miyagi-Do.
You knew Mr. Miyagi?
I did not come looking for Sensei Miyagi. I came looking for you.
Daniel LaRusso. May 30th. That's an official release date. I don't think we mentioned that. May 30th.
In life, you have only one question. Is it worth fighting for it? Or not? Lee means to me what you meant to Sensei Miyagi.
I'm doing this for all of us. Whatever it takes.
See, man, if Jay didn't want to continue with his career, he could have been Mr. LaRusso. He could have been a master.
2 branches,
One tree. Wow.
1 tree.
Fantastic. Woo! Okay, all right. Exclusively in theaters. Okay, interesting. Cool. Yeah, that was Karate Kid Legends, guys. Next up, rumors on the Mummy sequel is estimated to hit the big screen April 2026. If you've seen the Mummy, the first Mummy, or at least the one with Tom Cruise, then you might like this one, especially if you're a Tom Cruise fan. But I don't know if I don't know if Tom Cruise will be in this one, so that might be incorrect. But nonetheless, I have no doubt this will be a phenomenal movie. It's going to be a sequel, directed by Lee Crowan, and which is the director for Evil Dead Rising. Yeah, a horror series. So I think this will be a fantastic move, just going forward. Yeah. Next up we have rumors for Spider-Man 4. Spider-Man 4 is actually going to be including Tobey Maguire at least speculated, because they've been doing, the Amazing Spider-Man. They got like 3 different main Spider-Man movies, but Spider-Man 4 in the same font as the Tobey Maguire movie, I think would be an interesting way to expand into that universe. And then after the fact, Spider-Man 3 was phenomenal. I think all the Spider-Man movies with Tobey Maguire have just been excellent movies. Probably my favorite Spider-Man movies. There's been somewhat of a debate of whether which one was the best Spider-Man, and yeah, I'm not really feeling what's his name, Tom Holland. Not really feeling Tom Holland or the other Spider-Man. Tobey Maguire, Tobey Maguire, yeah, for sure. That's the guy. That's the guy. But expect to speculate to come out late 2025. Stay tuned for that because I'm excited for that one. Next up, we have a new sci-fi horror film called Ash. That's literally all we have. But we're putting it on the table now because we will dive further into that as we continue, and we may see that the concepts within those discussions being branched off within further long-form videos on the Zone FanFic channel. Again, there's going to be a few things come out on there. I'm excited for that one just based off of what I read. I cannot share that at the moment, but just look forward to the sci-fi horror film called Ash. There's going to be, have my eye on that one. The next one is going to be Princess Mononoke, the movie, live action. It's speculated to be starring how am I forgetting her name? Tom Holland's girlfriend or former girlfriend. What is Zendaya? Yeah, Zendaya. She's not too bad. She's a good actor. She's a good actor. And I think she'll do the role. I think she looked really good just in the live shots that I saw. And in the Princess Mononoke live action movie, I'm excited for that one. I was sort of speculating whether or not I should include those. They weren't official shots, so again, I didn't want to put in my thumbnails or whatever. But I thought it was gonna be pretty interesting just to see those Princess Mononoke shots, and just get the word out. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. And any news that we get for that, we'll make sure to share that with you guys going forward. At the moment, there is no official release date, just as there is no official release date for Ash, and we'll get that to you guys. We'll get any updates to you guys as soon as possible whenever that releases. And yeah, that's just gonna be again, it's going to be a very exciting year for 2025. Next up we have season 3 of Mindhunters, a psychological crime hunter / horror film, set to release in 2025. Now, I'm excited. I'm already caught up on season 1 and 2 of Mindhunters. If you don't already know this, one of my biggest inspirations is the acting from a lot of horror films, as well as the directing from producers like A24, Sony. There's just so much creativity within that space, and this is actually a series on Netflix, which has been doing excellent. And it's just a psychological crime / horror. It's not as much as a horror as it is a thriller. I'd say it's more of a thriller, but it is very good. I like the tones. I like the directing. I like the acting. It's very good. It's very high quality. You can tell. Next up, we have our news and update segments, right? So the news and update segments, some of it's going to include the Apple glasses, now priced at $14.99. Again, not too crazy, not too big on the Apple glasses. However, something like that I can definitely see being used and mass produced on in something like a classroom, or something like a onboarding situation, whether it's a job or whatever. I think it's going to be a very interesting way just to go forward with the Apple glasses. Next up that we have a fully LED courtroom, like a basketball courtroom. There, I think there was a actual snippet of this. So let me see if I can pull it up for you guys. Fully LED court floor, which I thought it was interesting. I've never seen it done to this scale, and I think the first time I've seen it done to this scale was in like the Los Angeles Globe, which is just amazing. It's going to change gaming forever, because this is I know for sure they got the idea from the NBA Live games, right? 2K series, right? Yeah, let me go ahead and share this with you guys. I thought this was dope, yo. Imagine being able to step on just like a TV. Imagine being able to step on a TV. That's got to be legit, without breaking it. Having someone just come in and quickly repair it, I think would be dope. I think anyone would want to play on that game. It would change. Next thing we just got to get it on ice, or get it underneath the ice, get some clear ice, or get like a glass and then get ice that is transparent. Certain levels of temps. It could work. That would be the next step. I think just to get it under some glass, I think would be phenomenal. Next up, we have something else. Quite an update, but it looks like scientists just encoded the entire human genome into a memory crystal. Now I'm going to show you guys a video, but I'm just going to continue before I show you guys that video. It can hold a staggering 360 terabytes. Now, for some of you guys that are curious, that's actually 82 years worth of nonstop HD video. It hides information in 5 dimensions, and that's not quite 5D, but it is 5 dimensions. It's made with quartz glass, meaning it's resistant to extreme temperatures, direct impact, and cosmic radiation. It can also keep data safe for an estimated 300 quintillion years. That's a long time. Using separate laser pulses to read, and then separate laser pulses to write as well. Now, I thought that was interesting. An interesting development, because if they include that technology within, let's say, human robots or whatnot, I think humanoid robots, I think that would be an interesting way to just go about the evolution of robotics, which we've talked about very briefly in our last video, long form video on the Sync Zone on the Zone FanFic channel. Yeah, I just thought that was very interesting. Do we have a video on this that could show scientists show this revolutionary development? Like, this is the type of news that we just don't get nowadays. It's all political. Nothing is ever revolutionary in terms of like the amount of development. Like we're extremely lacking. It's all it's all propaganda and we just it's just a little interesting because it's the things that affect our lives in part now one of the largest manufacturers to scope is technology. So it's just a bit interesting to me, something I find extremely interesting. But let's see, scientists just decoded, I'll type it in, encoded the entire genome. That's a feat right there. Let's see, a memory crystal. And we're taking it back to Final Fantasy with this one, guys. Final Fantasy and Kingdom Hearts. Who would have known Kingdom Hearts and Final Fantasy would have led us to the future? Would have known. All right. Well, here's what we have here, guys. Again, this is coming out on like an Indian publication. So not an official American source, but I'll just leave you guys to this from now. Again, we'll have better updates. We might even put a bit of video together for you guys. Who knows?
In other news, scientists have stored the full human genome on a 5D memory crystal. They hope it will provide a blueprint to bring humanity back from extinction thousands, if not millions, for years in the future. The team from the University of Southampton's Research Center has called this data storage format revolutionary as it can survive for billions of years.
That is insane.
Said it can be used to record the genomes of endangered plants and animal species that face extinction. A university spokesperson explained that unlike other data storage formats that degrade over time, 5D memory crystals can store up to 360 terabytes of information without loss for billions of years, even at high temperatures.
What did that say? The Universal Declaration of Human Rights. Is that an organization? I don't know. The Universal what? I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. Just 1 second. Declaration of Human Rights. Is this an American declaration? Oh, okay. So it was adopted by the UN General Assembly. All right. So yeah. So this is a UN, which is huge. This is huge, guys.
Billions of years.
It's not American news because it's not American news. This is global news, guys.
High temperatures. It was awarded the Guinness World Record for the most durable data storage material in 2014. It can withstand the high and low extremes of freezing as well as temperatures of up to 1,000 degrees.
That's crazy.
The team at Southampton used ultra-fast lasers to precisely inscribe data into nanostructured voids oriented within silica. Now they, however, say that
Translation error.
currently possible to synthetically create humans, plants, and animals using genetic information.
Synthetically create humans, plants, and animals.
The longevity of the 5D crystal means that the information
Blueprint to record genomes of endangered species.
will be available if these advances were ever made. For all the latest news, download the Beyond app.
So, are there ongoing? It's already in development, or there's already been studies done. But is it is it in development? Yeah, interesting. More to follow on that, guys. More to follow. Finish up this segment. We have the new Google Quantum chip. So the new Google Quantum chip. I am curious about these because I'm not sure if they're going to be compatible with all computers. Now I hear they are, but in terms of what they how secure just what they actually are. I guess we'll find that out now.
Chip. The company claims Willow leapfrogs over the supercomputers that we're used to consider the world's fastest, and it takes.
It's called a Willow. Okay, I think we talked about this maybe earlier this year. So we were aware of this.
For them to solve a problem that would currently take supercomputers 10 septillion years to complete. Well, Professor Alan Woodward.
10 septillion years. That's a lot of years. I don't even know how many years that is, but I know that's more than a trillion. I know that's more than a quintillion. Make sure I have that number right. I know that's, yeah.
Computer scientist at Surrey University. Septillion, before I ask you how much.
Septillion, I believe that's, so if quintillion is like 4, septillion, it's got to be like 7. Some crazy ridiculous number.
It's a lot. But first of all, I'm going to start with the the very basic question. If you can explain what a quantum computer chip is.
Right, that's the million-dollar question. The in conventional computers, the laptop I've got in front of me, the unit of information that's used for processing is called a bit. Most people have heard of a bit, and it has two possible values, 0 and 1. And typically, the way they're implemented on a chip is with a transistor, which is a fancy switch. So the switch is either on or off. So it's either 0 or 1. In quantum computing, you use what's called a quantum bit. And the quantum bit can also be 0 or 1. But if you can coax it into this very special state, it's a complex combination of 0 and 1. Some people argue that it's all possible values at the same time between 0 and 1. And if you get lots of those working together, then you can actually, it turns out there's some algorithms you can do which are much faster in that sort of state with a qubit than you could ever do on a conventional computer. I'm slightly hesitant to say that this is the comparison with the supercomputer is actually really a valid one, because the algorithm they implemented is really all about, it relies on quantum physics. And so the first thing the supercomputer would have to do is simulate the quantum computer or the quantum circuit. So I'm not sure it's a fair comparison in some ways. But the more interesting part about what they've done, what Google have done in this paper they've put out, is what's called error correction, which is a very boring subject. Most people will never have heard of it, but we're all relying on it. I'm using it right now. All our modern electronics have errors in them all the time. And if you're not to end up with just lots of noise, but actually a signal you can use, you have to do what's called error correction. And what they've worked out is how to build a chip with over 100 qubits on it, such that they've reduced the error rate below a magical threshold that everybody's been trying to get to for a long, long time. And that's the big breakthrough, if you like. So I hesitate to say it's a breakthrough. I think it's probably more of a major milestone, and it's certainly very encouraging for anybody that's working on quantum computers, because it means that what we can do is we now know we can scale these things up. We can add more and more qubits to the chips without necessarily just incurring a consequentially larger number of errors. And that was really what tipped modern computing over into sort of the race we saw in the last 60 years, where every 18 months the power doubled. And that's what this holds out as a potential.
Okay, well, I'm still grappling with the idea of it being 0 and 1 at the same time. But moving on, what are the practical benefits of this potentially?
Well, actually, it goes back to why quantum computers were first first mooted by Richard Feynman back in the 80s, which is physicists were trying to use classical computers to model things in a quantum state. So when you go down to the microscopic level, quantum effects mean that you can no longer really predict and model things in the same way that you can in the world that we experience every day. And so they decided, well, why don't we actually make a computer out of something that's quantum and actually has the quantum effects built in? And that's actually what it turns out it's best at, is modeling materials right down at that
Guys, if I'm hearing this correctly, this is crazy.
Level. So if you can imagine something like a drug company that's trying to model various molecules and how they interact, the quantum computers hold out the hope that they can do that much faster than they can with a conventional computer, and they can run through all sorts of combinations that would take them potentially years on a conventional computer, and do it hopefully in minutes on a quantum computer.
So potential health uses there. What about the risks?
The risk.
Wow.
The risk is, one of the reasons people became very interested in quantum computing, including myself, I have to say, was that back in 1996, it turned out that one algorithm that could be run was developed by a complete genius called Peter Shaw.
Okay.
And what it does is, most modern encryption, it relies on certain mathematics that are very difficult to do one way, but very complicated to undo and find out the answer. So, for example, if I ask you what's 3 times 5, I'm sure you'll quickly say 15. If I were to ask you what 2 prime numbers, when multiplied together, make 15, it takes slightly longer to work that out. Quantum computers and Shaw's algorithm mean that it's equally fast both ways. So you end up undoing or making a lot of modern, what's called public key encryption, basically useless. It can be undone very quickly. But it's not to panic, because we recognized this quite a few years ago. And indeed, now people are being encouraged to move on to what's called post-quantum crypto systems, and to show that quantum computers are not just conventional computers sped up, but they're very good at certain algorithms. What we've come up with now is crypto schemes that don't have this, and a quantum computer will take just as long to crack it as a conventional computer, if not longer. So there's kind of risks, but there's a solution there.
Okay, so it's crackable with cracking post-quantum cryptography, but it's about the same length with the same as a conventional computer, is what he's essentially saying, which makes sense. Okay. All right. Yeah. So yeah, very cool. New technology. Company called Clone is building a low-cost, power-dense synthetic and extremities. That is interesting. I quite saw it. I saw it quite some time ago. Actually, Clone. What type of clone? Humans. Company. Power dense human extremities. All right. See if we could find it. If we can't, we'll make sure to come back to that next time, guys. But there is a company called Clone, essentially, that is cloning, that is able to basically come up with these synthetic humans. They're essentially building body parts that are very very realistic, and people were able to slap it on their wrist and use it as necessary. Slap it on their elbow or slap it on their leg, and just body parts. Just slap it on there and keep it going, which I think is a phenomenal revolutionizing idea. Again, more to come on that, but it's the future, man. It's the future. World's first color changing BMW. Now we may have already covered this, but we're just gonna, we're just gonna go and recheck it out because I love seeing it. I love seeing it. Here we go, right here. All right, it's a more recent video for you guys. I think the other one it looked like a concept video with Supercar Blondie, I think her name was. We're just gonna close that out. All right.
And in this episode, we're gonna show you how.
Guys, imagine this. Like, people already struggle trying to locate cars based on license plates. You're just changing colors now. There was a movie like this. There was a few movies like this, but one of them did a really good job. I think it was one with what the fuck called? We'll get back to that.
Hi everyone, my name is Richie. I'm one of the engineers at BMW who work on this car, and I did the programming for the controllers for the color changing that you can see here.
And look at this. The exterior color of
it looks like paint, guys.
The car changes in real time, but if I'm informed correctly, you're not using technology that our viewers might be familiar with, like LED and so forth. Or how exactly does this work?
So the magic behind this technology is e-ink. The way that you can see the different colors on here, the e-ink has different colored charged particles, different pigments. And when you apply a certain signal to it, you can bring some of the pigments up to the surface, and that combination of pigments is the color that you end up seeing here. One of the key things about this technology is that it's extremely low power, and when you take the power away, the color stays.
How cool is that? Maybe you can tell us a bit about the story behind the idea. Like, when did this project start?
So a few years ago, one of the technology scouts at BMW, Stella Clark, she came up with the idea of being able...
But is it legal? Is it legal?
To use e-ink to create a color-changing car. The first car that we unveiled with this technology was the iX Flow. This car could switch between black and white. And now you can see the progress that we've made.
BMW, man. BMW.
You've come a long way for sure. Tell us more about this specific model and the story behind this design pattern.
So there's a very interesting story behind this car. This is the BMW i5 Flow Nosticana. And this car pays homage to an art car that was painted by a South African artist. So that's why you can see this very...
So it's basically the same design elements she used back then?
Exactly. But this one can change color. And the previous car was also a 5 Series, so to pay homage to that, we have a brand new i5 here.
That's dope. That's super dope. Hey guys, we're gonna finish up real quick. Got to do something important. But yeah, for our games, we just have 3 games for the most part. It's going to be Assassin's Creed Gotham, which is combining Batman and Assassin's Creed, and there's just a little bit of information here. There's no current news reporting sources for Assassin's Creed Gotham aside from the rumor itself saying that it will be released late 2025 to early to mid 2026. That's the only news that we have so far. We'll get back to you guys on that. But stay tuned for that. We're going to talk all about that. So there's any trailer releases for that, we're going to cover it live here on the Sync Zone podcast. Stay tuned for that. Next up, we have the Witcher 4 announcement. We received that earlier this week. I am excited for The Witcher 4. I've actually played all 3 Witchers, and I'm a huge fan. I love the Witcher series. And if that's one of the games you guys want to see us play on the Zone Voyager channel, make sure to comment, like down below. Let us know what games you guys want to play. If you guys comment here, go to Sync Zone. The Sync Zone Voyager channel. Subscribe there. Check out the Patreon as well too, because all of our videos digest are going to be there as well. And we're playing on Twitch too. We're playing live and we're doing the thing. and we're gonna actually start back that channel early January, early to mid January. So stay tuned for that. We're gonna put out a list of games that we are interested in playing. I have a few that I would like to play, and just let me know your thoughts. I know we did promise a few other walkthroughs for just games that we wanted to play, and initially we were trying to debate whether we're going to get a PlayStation Pro or a PlayStation Slim. Hey, that was initially the conversation. But yeah, that's no longer an issue. And then finally, lastly, we have Elden Ring Night Rain, which again, we did receive a little bit of a trailer for that, but I'm going to save it for another podcast, specifically because the trailer was very brief. Didn't really explore when the release date would be coming out for that. I think we heard 2025, but also the visuals. It looks just a little backstory on that. It looks like there is a it's going to be on a separate map on Limgrave. It's going to be on an alternative version of Limgrave in its own space, and it's basically going to have 3 days and 3 nights, all having increased bosses, and it's all going to be a collaborative effort between you and other parties. So for some of you guys that like to play Elden Ring, like myself, and like to play with other people, make sure to check out the trailer for that one, and let us know your thoughts. Come back to this video, let us know your thoughts. And yeah, it's going to be an exciting time. I'm excited. I cannot wait to do more playthroughs, walkthroughs on the Zone Voyager channel. And I also can't wait to just, to continue on with the rest of the year. The 2025 is essentially here. And stay tuned for next week's podcast, where we'll talk about all things. We'll talk about what's going to be happening next year, and it's going to be a big podcast. So for our last episode of the year, make sure to stay tuned for that. Like the video if you like the video so far. I appreciate you guys. Again, my name is Zone FanFic. Check out all the other channels. Check out the description down below for all content that you may have missed. Subscribe and follow us on all social media platforms. And yeah, we love you guys. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and yeah, we'll see you guys before New Year's. Peace, guys.